Hey guys, and welcome back to my CityBuilders channel here on YouTube. I'm Ben, and today I'm back again in my city of Springvalley. Well, as you can see, after all this traffic fixing here and there in my last episode, I'm still having some kind of issues with all the incoming traffic to my city. This might have several different reasons, but I think, as you can see, I think the most traffic is piling up actually here, and I want to try another fix. But first of all, and I think this becomes quite obvious when you have a look at this map here, there's still something I want to fix, at least in the best way possible, and this is this incoming main arterial road. This is kind of like, it has a couple of intersections here, and if you want to go there or there, you have to take a lot of detours, unfortunately. So I'm thinking, because I left some space here that I can't really or don't want to use right now, and I'm thinking about including a roundabout here, a bigger one, that leads to that road over there, and maybe also gets a direct connection to this arterial road. This might help me later on fixing some of my traffic issues that I actually have. So I'm going to start with that first, and then I also want to introduce some more public transport. Thank you, Ray, again for your valuable input here. Highly appreciate that. I want to introduce some public transport nearby this library, because obviously a lot of people are putting out, and I love this idea of putting out their pocket cars, because I'll let the game run, and soon you'll see there are so many cars coming out of here, and I think this causes a lot of blockage actually, from a traffic perspective. But that's something I'm going to fix in a while. For right now, and I'm pausing the game here to not lose any significant time while I'm taking care of this here. I'm thinking about putting in a roundabout here, maybe a 3-lane, I don't know yet. I have to check and see, because I don't want to use these one-ways. And by the way, usually, and I think many of you guys are doing that, so whenever I'm building a roundabout, I'm using these country roads, because they help me plan things a bit more evenly. So for that specific roundabout, I'm going for an 8 unit in it's not 8 unit, it's actually 16 units in diameter, just to see how that will work out for me. And I'm using a 3-lane here, and I'm curious when the traffic's coming in there. Yeah, I think that should work. So I'm using a 3-lane here. I'm setting up the basic roundabout. I think the space that I'm leaving here is too not enough space for me to properly work with that. And I also want to do one thing right away. I'm going to upgrade that road here, and I'm also laying down one road across my residential area here that goes straight into the roundabout, straight out of the roundabout. And I also want to remove those, just to make sure that there is no nearby intersections, because I will more or less sooner or later I will run into issues here anyway, and I want to minimize the issues as much as I can right from the start. And I think if I have like one issue in a roundabout, it may work out, but I'm not like 100% sure about this, because that's again too close most likely, and this will be too close as well, but I have to go with that for now. I think there is not enough room yet that I can actually use, and the same goes for this here. And I also want to remove like that road into my commercial area. It should be in that case it's gonna be a one-way road, no, not a one-way, but a kind of a cul-de-sac, a huge cul-de-sac. I'm trying to live with that for the moment. I'm trying to do the best out of that situation. Maybe I'm also going to delete this one and this here, and I also like should have a look at the elementary school. I don't want to have this sitting on an arterial road. It doesn't really make sense, so I'm replacing it, at least for now, to keep kind of a more or less green belt here, next to the houses and commercial areas that are close by the roundabout here. So what I'm doing, I'm removing those roads, and I'm curious, before I start decorating things here, I'm curious to see like what happens with my with my traffic flow here. So I'm very curious to see that. It can change things significantly. I hope I haven't destroyed like any existing bus lines, but I think I haven't. No, I haven't, which is good. And I also want to introduce like the option for another bus line here. That goes maybe straight to there. I'm removing that. So first, okay, maybe I'm placing this bus line somewhere completely different. That side of the road. I could potentially, there's a bus stop. There can be one. There can be one. So I'm just placing down, not really random, but kind of random bus stops. There could be one. And yeah, we could close it down here. And I'm also going into the clockwise direction. So here, there. Oh, that bus will be taking detours. Oh, did it switch? Oh, it switched sides. Yeah, I can see that, what's happening. So I will remove the bus lines again, and sorry for the amount of time that you have now to wait for me finishing everything. I could also go ahead and delete those buses. Anyway, so bus line 4 should be deleted, and bus line. Yeah, I want to. Bus line 3 as well. What I'm doing right now, because otherwise I'm forgetting about that, like for these biofuel buses, there was an upgrade, articulated biofuel buses. So there 2 more came in, were published just this week. It came with the free update of Cities Skylines, so I'm updating both lines, the counterclockwise and the clockwise college line, with those bigger, larger buses, because I think that in the end will also help me with some of my I would not call it problems, but with some of my challenges regarding having too many pedestrians waiting on the roadside for a bus to come. And that obviously does not ease up traffic in any kind of way. So I'm now trying to set this up in a good way. Maybe here. I don't know why it's not going straight. And the other thing, obviously the other direction I'm laying out here. Will be from here to there to there. It's kind of strange. Sometimes those bus lines take detours that you can't really understand or not. Yeah. However, it is what it is, and sometimes you just have to work with that. So I'm having the both lines set up now. So I name this a library counterclockwise, library clockwise, and counterclockwise. Let's check and see whether there are enough vehicles on its way. Yeah, there, just changed it. I'm just now they're coming. So maybe I'm changing that right away as well. I can just keep the amount of vehicles lower here. And also there, I want to change to the articulated biofuel bus, the new one. Okay, that makes sense. And then we'll see where we can go from there, and whether the amount of traffic here on the library gets a little bit less than it has been before. At least I hope so. Should be possible to clear things slightly. So now many people are already using this roundabout or starting to use it, and I now will have to make sure that my lane management and my rules and settings for the whole roundabout and its neighboring streets are set up properly. So I'm having a look at this intersection first, where you can move in, obviously. I have to build a pedestrian solution here somehow, and I want to do this as soon as possible, because right now people are not really able to walk anywhere significantly, because I'm kind of preventing them to do that. Also that here, and I think here a pedestrian crossing doesn't make any sense. Here it doesn't make either any sense. Okay, amazing. So that should be up and running soon. You should go at any point in time, move along, and the same goes for you and for you. And then I need to take care of my traffic signs here. You can go, you can go, you can go, you can go. Obviously, you can always go. Yeah, nobody needs to really wait here. At least from my perspective, there's no sense in having people wait. And now I also need to do some lane management. Obviously, it's always like kind of the same with roundabouts. They're hardly set up properly right from the start. The good thing is I have a lot of nodes in between where people can change lanes, so I won't run into any issues there. Good. And over here, that's very, very close. And I'm wondering why those are waiting, or what they are waiting for. Yeah, you should definitely move. Keep moving. Keep moving. And that's also a lane switch that should not happen at all. So I have to set up some lane management here as well. So I'm curious. You can also move here, obviously. You're allowed to. And the same thing, I believe, is something I need to set here. That they always have an option to move here. But that should be way quicker, way faster now. And over here, I also have to do some lane management, as it is almost like the same with every crossing, I would say. So you can change here, you can go there, you can go there, that's fine. That should be good. And I'm making sure like that there is no pedestrian crossing here. People are slightly annoyed, I would say, but I will keep it like that at least for now, because otherwise I have a lot of traffic piling up here for no reason. And then I'm also curious why those people are not really moving. So I want to get a better understanding of what's happening here. So you can move any point in time, then you don't have to slow. You can go. That should be good already, or help me with a lot of things, I believe. And the same goes for that here, and this here. They are all allowed to move into the crossing, and they also want to be able to move here as fluently as possible. And then we have this crazy commercial area where people are piling up, or cars keep piling up. And I have to fix something here. I have to check it, whether all my traffic signs are good. Yeah, they are. They should be fine. Those should all be fine. And then we have another traffic thing here going down there. So I want to fix that as well. Oh, they're all moving up here. Interesting. So again, move, please, as soon as you can. You are allowed to move. You're also allowed to move. Perfect, does make sense. And then I'm trying the string S solution. It doesn't work on this intersection. Does it work there? Yeah, it does. And it also works there, and it should also. Yeah. Well, I'll let it run for a little bit to see where we are going with this. It's not making things any easier. It's making things probably even worse. But where's that coming from? Where is that coming from? So I'm slightly annoyed. Is that parking here? No, they are not parking. They're just waiting for something to happen. You can move, you can move, you can move, and you can move. Same for you, for you, for you. Same goes here for you, and for you. So are there any traffic sign issues? No, there aren't. And this here should just move ahead slightly faster. Okay, hopefully those buses will sort themselves out sooner or later, but I think that's a problem because I know that I more or less accidentally put down two separate bus lines onto one station, or at least one in the same spot here. So that's maybe not very helpful either. We have some city fire going on. Fire department is already there. Thank you for helping. Thank you for your support. Why are they not moving? So they have so this whole arterial road thing here is still not easy for me to handle. Still not easy to handle. This is always like the main problem that I'm having in my city. It's this one here. And I wish, let me check one thing. I was already at the stage where I had this. Oh yes, I have them. I already have them now. Like my crematoriums. That's amazing. That's good stuff. That's very, very helpful for me. Due to a couple of reasons. Because I can utilize those in a way better sense and in a way better way than I could utilize any of the cemeteries here. So I want them to clean up their space as soon as possible, or as fast as can be. 2 crematoriums here, and I'm putting down maybe another one here and another one there. It's not too bad. Building is emptying, so there are just a few hearses and deceased left. It's not that many. Yeah, and that's still a thing, I would say. That's still a thing here. And these bus lines that they have kind of an intersection here is not good for me either. That's the college line. I'm not moving the college line, stop. Okay, I was trying to move those to stop for the library line. That can make things easier pretty quickly from a traffic perspective, and yeah, it does. It's not yet ideal because they're still piling up somehow, but it's getting better. It's getting slowly better. Okay, amazing. So I want to give this library line a slightly different color, maybe a greenish look here, to make sure that we can see it right away when there's a different line causing any troubles. So they should not stop at all. Not at all. So I have to check that first. They should just go. And I'm even thinking about letting them wait. As soon as there's traffic coming up. That's still a major thing here. And I think that might be wrong for them to be able to move whenever they have to. Yeah, now it should clear itself up at least a bit. I'm curious. I will get back to it and see where things are going. And for now, I also want to do something like an elevated walkway across this little square here. So I'm switching to my park zone to be able to use this here. And now it's all about planning. So first I'm setting up. Yeah, that makes sense. And 9 steps, 12. I'm using 12 steps for now. not bad. And 12 steps. Is it too high? Yeah, that's way too high. Like I don't need any 12 here. I probably only need 9. Because otherwise it might just look a bit odd. A little bit out of place. Like even 9 is... It's high. It's high up there. And then... could potentially... So I'm using this now as a helping structure. Just have to find the right angle for this. On the right length. Using Anarchy mod here. Just to be able to place it. No, but that's too much. It's too far away from that I intended it to be. And this doesn't really lead to anything useful, I realized. So I want to make sure that I utilize... Okay, I also think I have to set up a cross here in the middle, just to make sure that this circle doesn't go out of shape as soon as I start putting or moving other ways across the road here. And then I can kind of start laying down going down to 0, almost to 0. Okay, I'm moving those a bit further out, I believe. Yeah, just a little bit, ever so slightly. Would make sense. And then I could like use those to get down to the ground. Quite easily. And I think even just the close proximity to my road network already helps, because that already will make things better. Now I'm just moving that a bit closer to the road network so that it can create something like an entrance here. I think that looks quite neat and nicely, I believe. Perfect. Now I can also delete the middle of the pathway, just to make sure that citizens have a possibility to cross on foot one way or another. I'm just wondering, yeah, a couple of them are already using it, which is highly appreciated. So So I can now start putting down some minor decorations so that it doesn't look too blunt and too boring. I don't like that rock formations. They are huge, but it almost looks like it's been intentionally placed there. I don't want to see that happening. Probably I'm going for this here. And then I will also use some of those stones. It's still a bit too big. I will use something else but similar. It's also very, very large. Just wondering if there are smaller rock formations. Yeah, they are. So maybe one smaller rock formation here. So that could still be reasonable, even if there is a school nearby. It could still be reasonable. And then I obviously also want to plant some trees here, and enough trees actually to make it look a bit more beautiful, and also help reduce the noise level to my residents and businesses next to the roundabout. So that's fine too. And last but not least, it doesn't look too bad. And the traffic almost like magically cleared itself up. Well, not really, but it got a lot better just by changing a couple of things. So I could stop now and closing this episode and leave it as is. But there's one more thing that I want to do now, which is purchasing at least a couple of more squares, tiles for my city, because I soon want to make sure that I'm able to expand. Like, I only need 2 more tiles here, this one, and then I've basically covered all the center part of my city, and I'm very, very excited to get started working on this part here, but also on that part here, and laying out maybe my first few industries and the nearby suburbs, like somewhere over here or even farther away. So that's something I'll have to check and see. And what we are also missing, and I think I'm putting that down as well now, is another arterial road here. Because sooner or later I can imagine that I will desperately need a new highway connection here. And I will also, since I connected this now to my network, Oh yeah, that's something I could easily do now. So I could get started by moving 12 out. Oh, sorry. Again, same thing as before. And I think it shouldn't be 12 units, it should be only 9. That's more than reasonable. Another slight mistake here happened. And then 9 units down again. Down to the ground. Perfect. And I think here we would need another on and off ramp. So I'm doing something now that I wasn't really looking forward to, but I will still give it a try. And I will go with one of the easiest on and off ramp solutions here that you usually can or do have in Cities Skylines. But since the last update, there are still some things that I experience in Cities Skylines that I think need to get fixed sooner or later, but it's not the fault of Paradox. It's the fault of, well, not the fault, it's on the developer side of some of my mods and plugins that I'm using. But that's the way it is with updates and mod creators that are obviously, and I completely get that, not constantly working on their Cities Skylines solutions. I completely get that. So that's a bit sneaky. That's a bit very sneaky. So I want to change this here, obviously, to something like yeah, I can still utilize that some kind of way. Then I have to change that direction, this direction, that direction. So that should be it. It's a simple, easy set and unfortunately not forget, but a set interchange that I can use at least for a while. I won't be able to use that for very, very long. As soon as traffic gets more significant, I think this only makes things a bit more difficult, I would say. And now I'm trying to level out those intersections here as well. So I'm using this tool here, setting a bit up straight, setting that up straight. And then I'm finally doing the lane math, obviously. Never forget about the lane math. A very important lesson being learned. So another thing here, since there's more traffic coming in now, it's gonna be a thing that to change the traffic management settings here as well. Yeah, it's fine. And I think you should just move in if you have to, and if you have the space to do so. Well, then you should go, and you should go, and the same goes for here. Yeah, so they should always move. I think that does make sense. Absolutely. Is this a... No, I don't want to see any traffic lights here. Come on. No traffic lights here either. No need for traffic lights, guys. That's been almost like the only road with traffic lights so far. Interesting. Yeah, but either way, doesn't look too bad. There, I'm also thinking about letting you enter the crossing as soon as you have to. Yeah, that looks way better. So that should be cleared soon too. Hopefully. I only want to make sure that it doesn't say yield, but just go. If you can, go. Go for it. So while I'm letting the game run for a bit, I will think about a few other things that I might need to fix before I'm ending this episode for now. So I'll see you in a bit. So great, that doesn't look too bad. Still some small traffic going on, so I'm curious to take a look at the current traffic status. Oh, 78, not too bad. Okay, I can definitely fix that, at least I hope so. But not too bad at all. Good. Wondering how this is doing. Yeah, this is doing way better, so there's no longer any traffic piling up, and I think even there, this will get better pretty quickly over time. So right now, what else do I have to do? At some point in time, I definitely wanna change the amount of intersections significantly, because it sometimes isn't helpful at all to have that many intersections, and I think I will start clearing out some of those by introducing a few more side roads, like this here, for example. So I make it a dead end. But I want to take load off of my main arterial roads as much as I can. And crossings, they always mean stress. Stressful arterial roads. So I can build something for pedestrians there. And then I can also start zoning out some of the missing pieces there, in case anyone wants to develop larger houses there. And then I also want to have a look at my stock exchange, because I want to buy some more stocks. Traffic Jelly, logistics buy for 1.6, that's fine. I just have a couple of hundreds left. It's all good. So that bus stop here is not very helpful on this side of the road, because it blocks my arterial road quite significantly. And I also wanna, but that's something I'm going to do later, making that connection here. This connection is fairly new, so everybody seems to use it right now. And it took off a load of my intersection here and that off-ramp here. Yeah, and at some point in time, anyway, I will come back, leave some of the structures here, but I will have to come back and see how things are going, because I might have to replan like almost everything here, because I don't like the positioning of that into arterial road. It's not ideal. It should go from or leave from there, maybe go up here, I'm not sure. And I also want to change this highway intersection, because it's way too extensive for my needs. Just going to change that. So I'm starting to lay out things here, and again, I'll fast forward things for you just a little bit, because then you don't have to wait for that long. So I'll be back in a sec. So I finally cleared that, I would say. Things should be moving a bit quicker. And I'm only making sure that the lane management again is correct here, because I haven't done that yet. Just here, so there. Okay, then it should be better. And I also have to make sure that I'm setting up all crossings again nicely. So please go. I don't want you to wait. It's ridiculous here. Having pedestrian crossings does not make sense at all. And then I also want to have a look at those here where you can slow. And you can slow at least. Doesn't mean that you have to completely slow down. And now I'm also replacing some roads that I put down here accidentally. It's this one, another one needs to be replaced here. Yeah, looks better. And obviously parking is another thing, or can become another thing. Because I'm not sure whether those one-ways, well, they don't allow for any parking, which is good. Perfect. Way better than before, I would say. Way smaller. Way more convenient. And the last thing I'm going to fix is the node controller. So with the help of the node controller, smoothing out those on and off ramps. So that they look way more natural and nicer than they did before. Yeah, perfect. I would say I'll leave it like that for now. At least for this build. As you can see, I haven't changed a lot actually. I was like, yeah, again, thinking a lot and not 100% sure. And yeah, maybe it helps keep my city growing over time. I'm closer to 20k citizens now. And now I think it becomes a bit more interesting for me as well to introduce probably a few new things that I haven't introduced yet. And I want to make sure I'm not wrong decision here. I also want to make sure that I'm like building a sustainable city if possible. And I'm just adding in one more road over here, but the starting point is not perfect. Yeah, not ideal, but at least something. And I want to lay down my water supplies first, just to make sure that I'm not building something that I can't supply later. And I believe that I want to keep this high density residential zone here as long as it's possible. Yeah, and people should be moving in soon, so I'm speeding up the game for a little bit before I'm closing the session here. Because I'd be happy to see a few more people moving in. And before I forget about it, as you can see here are some strange things happening, as they sometimes do. Yeah. Way better. Because sometimes the game just messes with on and off ramps a little bit. So I want to keep things flowing as smoothly as possible. Yeah, and some high-rise residential zones are coming in finally, which is good. Doesn't increase the amount of citizens yet that significantly, but at least a little bit for now. So yeah, I want to close this off now. I have no other ideas for now. I'm still a bit tired. I'm jet laggy, so I'm not that fresh in my mind so far, or at least today, or even during the past couple of days. So because I traveled to Toronto and I will soon launch a new format here on YouTube, actually in form of a podcast, most likely, to talk about some other things, some things that I learned from observing real life situations, I would say, that keep me going and that keep things interesting for me when it comes to Cities Skylines. Actually, I have to share one thing with you very, very quickly, or very, very soon, because I saw one website that had an overview about the achievements for Cities Skylines 2. And if it's true, I believe the cities you can build with it are gonna be massive. Like literally massive. Because they talk about unlocking 150 tiles. Imagine that. Like this one here. If I would use up all this space here, it would have 81 tiles. The regular gameplay, I think, happens in 5x5 tiles, so 25 tiles. And imagine that situation. You have not only 25 tiles, but 4 times, even more than that, like 6 times the amount, most likely, for pure gameplay. Great, isn't it? I'm so excited to do that. So yeah, to finish this off, I did a couple of traffic management things. You can see this prominent roundabout here in the middle of my city, or almost in the middle of my city. You can see that here is a new interchange that I'm utilizing now to bring more people into town. And yeah, over there is another high-rise residential building thing, and I want to, of course, include here something like a park to make this place a lot more attractive for my citizens or for new citizens to move in. And I think it's becoming a great counterpart to the other side of the town, and maybe I'm keeping things a little bit lower in the middle, like low density buildings. I'm not sure yet how this city will finally look like. In the end, we'll have to check and see. So yeah, in that case, I again want to thank you for tuning in. Thank you for visiting me again. Thank you for watching this episode again. It's so much like of a pleasure for me to play Cities Skylines. That's the one thing, but also maybe to teach you one or two things here and there. And I love this community here, and I definitely want to move forward. So if you want to support me on my journey here on YouTube, please leave me a like, please leave me a comment, follow me here. I'd highly appreciate that. So I'm tuning out for today. Have a good night, have a good day. Wish you all the best, and I hope to see you soon back here on CityBuilder Plays Cities Skylines. Bye bye, have a good one.